What's going on, guys? Mecha Ish here from the Marvel Legends X-Men wave. We got Iceman. Let's do it.
138 in progress. Prepare for launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world and step into mine.
Welcome back, guys, to another Marvel Legends action figure review, and I have from the brand new X-Men Legends series, the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Waves, Iceman. So cool to have this modern-looking Iceman to add to the collection, and as you can see, he comes in this bright blue translucent plastic that is totally popping out of the box with the yellow background behind him. Looks very cool. Let's talk about your standard window box for all the Legends series figures. Of course, you got the yellow and black color scheme. You got the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut logo on the top left. X-Men logo, Legend series, a great window view of Bobby Drake with that big arm of Juggernaut, and then you have his name at the bottom, and on both sides you have the same artwork of Bobby Drake in his modern look. At the back of the box you have Iceman in a weird pose there. He's kneeling, pointing to his right bicep. I don't know what he's doing, but it looks very cool in front of that yellow lighting. You got the Marvel Legends series logo and a little bit of a bio. Iceman keeps his cool in battle with his ability to turn water to ice and freeze his own body to temperatures below zero. And at the bottom, you have the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, and I have already reviewed a few of these figures, and I'm going to be doing the whole shebang, so make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out. All right, let's take Iceman outside of this box, and let's see what he's all about. All right, I got Iceman outside of his packaging, and this is a very cool looking figure, especially with all that bright blue translucent plastic stuff he got going on there. Very cool. A lot of reused parts from the pizza Spidey mold, but there are some newly sculpted pieces, which I'm going to show you guys. And this is Iceman, and I don't know if it's because of the summer or whatnot, but he is kind of soft in the plastic in some areas, which I will also get to. But he stands at 6.5 inches in height, and he does come packed in with his left arm of the Juggernaut, which I cannot wait to build. But let's take a closer look at Iceman. Now, even though this figure is almost entirely done in the blue translucent plastic, I think they did a great job with the head sculpt of letting his personality shine through. I mean, you don't have much in terms of paint detailing to really, make the effects of the sculpt pop, but they did such a great job with that sculpt. You can see the eyebrows raised, a little bit of a smirk over there on Bobby Drake, which is very typical for the character because he is one of the more lighthearted members of the X-Men. And then, of course, you have this modern look to Iceman, so he has that new do, which is all spiked up. Great job. You can see going off a little to the right, but awesome looking head sculpt overall, and I just love how well they get his personality. And then there's the only paint application on this figure, which is the white of the eyes, which are nice and clean. So great job overall with this head sculpt and even with the minimal paint detail. So again, this Iceman is reusing the pizza Spidey mold until you get to the forearms and the lower legs and feet, so which I'm going to show you guys right now. So very muscular, slim build, which I absolutely love. I mean, very athletic looking Bobby Drake, which is cool. And then you go on down to these nicely sculpted forearms. So I love that they put in this extra detail with the sculpted ice right there at his forearms, and then you have right on his open hands on the knuckles, he has all of them spikes, very translucent plastic, and you can see right there a little spike by his thumb as well. Taking a look at his right arm, you can see some more of that sculpted detail on the forearm, and I love how they have the knuckles all iced up in his closed fist. At the bottom of his legs, you can see some more of that ice detail sculpted in, especially at the ankles. He has on both sides, he got on the front and a little on the back as well, and that goes for both legs. So very cool look. And then we have these brand new sculpted feet, which are so well done, very clear translucent plastic being used, and you can see all of his toes. Just a nice sculpt overall. And of course you have that pizza Spidey mold, which is a great sculpt for Spider-Man, and it is a great look for Iceman as well. Now, in terms of accessories for this Iceman, I am a little bummed out about this because he does come with this removable icy backpack. You can see it is nicely sculpted, it is removable, and it is in that clear translucent plastic, and pretty much just represents when he is getting powered up with that spiky look. So it is pretty cool, but that's it in terms of accessories. I mean, normally we might get some projectiles or an icy display base, but that is not the case with this Iceman, so you may have to borrow one of those display stands from your other Iceman figures. Now, something else of note, guys, this plastic is pretty soft at those newly sculpted areas. Now, when you go up here, again, it's reusing the pizza Spidey mold, so like your upper arms, the thighs, everything is pretty sturdy in those parts, but then when you get to these newly sculpted forearms, you can see it's very flexible. You got a soft rubbery plastic, especially here at the hands. Look at those fingers. You can see how they move so easily, and down here by the shins as well. Look how flexible that is, and by his newly sculpted feet. So I don't know, again, if it's because of the translucent plastic. It is summertime when I'm recording this, but I just took this out of the package, so I doubt that has anything to do with it. But I just wanted you guys to know, when you're displaying these figures, it will take a shelf dive because during the heat, depending on the room temperature, the plastic will warp. So make sure you securely display this Iceman figure, put him on a stand for sure, and put him in a spot where he's not going to warp too much, and if he does, that he's not going to take that big shelf dive. So while this Iceman is reusing the Pizza Spidey mold, he is also with the same articulation. You got the head on a ball hinge so you can rotate the full 360. He can look down and he can look up a bunch. Now we have this butterfly joint right there, which is great to extend the chest and also contract the arms together like that. So great range of motion. We do have full rotation at the shoulders, a nice hinge. It can go all the way up there. Got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a rotation at the wrist, and also a hinge at the wrist. We have a nice ab crunch, can really get forward, and a nice arch of the back as well. 360-degree waist swivel. He can kick his leg up very high. Look how flexible that is. Now to the back a little bit, and to the side a little bit more, so not too bad. We got some thigh cut rotation action, double jointed knee. Now we have this hinge at the ankle. Now guys, this is a very soft plastic being used, and I'm afraid I'm gonna rip the foot right off. So you can see there's an ankle pivot and there is a hinge, but be very careful, again, like I told you guys, just not only when displaying the figure, but when you're posing it as well. Alright guys, so I no longer have a loose Marvel Legends Series 8 Toy Biz Iceman, which a lot of Marvel Legends collectors use as their go-to Iceman. I've had 2 of those loose, and both times, I don't know what it is about the translucent plastic, they broke on me. So I do have one mint in box, but I do have an X-Men Classics Iceman on your left. As you see, he has that Toy Biz era look to him, and he looks pretty different and kind of weird now when next to this modern looking one. But he does come with this awesome display base, which I think looks a lot better with the modern Iceman. See what I told you? So that X-Men Classics Iceman, consider yourself jacked, sucker. But we got this awesome looking new Iceman. I just wish it came with accessories for himself instead of taking other Iceman accessories. And I wish the plastic was a little sturdier on those newly sculpted pieces. But other than that, I am happy to have this modern looking Iceman to add to my X-Men Legend collection. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a thumbs up and check out my channel for other reviews I have done. And I have so many cool things, guys, coming your way. So make sure you all like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace. What the heck? Is my Iceman melting? What is this? So soft.